The following program is rated TV MALV. It contains strong language, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences.
How many Taco Bell stackers can we eat?
I think I'm going to go for 12 this time.
I think I could do about 15.
I think I could do about 23, just to make it even. Got the Taco Bell stackers in this bag. It's heavy, too. It almost ripped. Just finished my 15th one. This is my last one. I don't think I can make it past 30. Nachos for a little break.
Slowing down back there?
Yep, I got to. After 17 stackers and 5 burritos. All right, my goal was what, 23? I got 30, so I think that's an accomplishment.
Mine was 12. I got 14 stackers down, 3 quesadillas, and 10 tacos.
Wow.
My goal was 15 stackers, and I had 17 stackers.
March 25th, 2026. There's a tongue twist a little bit, believe it or not. This is the Nerdish episode 43. And this is TTB, Taryn the Black, live here, Race Day, Texas or whatever. Speaking of Texas, Shaq came through for the homie Twisted Black, man. You know, he represents Southside, Fort Worth and everything. And this dropped yesterday. They did a music video and whatnot. I don't know, yesterday, a couple days ago. Oh, it's straight Southside.
Let's keep that in. Yeah. Get it up. Get it up.
Yeah. The diesel.
Hey.
Yeah. Knock, knock. Twisted they dough with this crack pipe. Jumping on these nigga beats like I was playing hopscotch. Slam some boy riding. I done got mine off the
Ladies and gents, hoofing in the trunk. I ain't seen since. I'm not related to change, and I don't need a cent. Fish tailing and fish bowling, cause I don't need the tits. These idiots try to
Hey. Trying to figure out, was that Eastwood? Oh yeah, that was Eastwood. That's around the way. Oh, that's Eastwood, man. Okay, that's Millen Berry. Okay. Hey, that's a running. That's my old summer grounds, y'all, man. That's what. So yeah, that's Millen Berry. That's straight inside. Yeah. Yeah, over there, man. Hey, my campo was out of town. He drive trucks. He live right around the corner from there. Yeah, that's Millen Berry.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, on the other side of over there, it's an old Fiesta. Well, it used to be old me. It's Fiesta now, but it used to be me. It's back in the gap. Everybody just go over there and kick it, with the cars and shit.
Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Hands up.
checks. Went in the trunk, I ain't seen the text. I needed to change, and I don't need a cent. Fish tailing and still going, I don't need a text.
Yeah, that's around the way. Okay, that's around. Hey, man, that's crazy. He was in Eastwood. My auntie stayed like literally around the corner from over there too. Like, I mean, rest in peace. I ain't gonna say my auntie name and stuff. Yeah, that's around the way, man. That's a whole. Hey, my mom and them used to go play card game right around the corner from there too. Like that's, I'm telling you, man, that's stomach grounds right there. Shout out to Twisted Black, man. Going to Mill and Bear with Shaq, man, it's crazy. Y'all don't understand how crazy that is, man. That shocked me. I would look, I'm like, man, look like the hood. Well, so to talk about Fort Worth thing, my hood was the hood next to it, but they were like they were neighboring hoods. It's like the east side. Like in Fort Worth, you got on the east side, you got Meadowbrook, Hanley, Stop Six, and Eastwood. And a little bit of Poly, like Poly, it's like between east and south side. It's like right in the middle of the city type stuff. So yeah, this is literally stomping grounds. Like it's crazy. This is like literally this where I grew up at. That's crazy, man. But we coming up. Now, that little shocked me. I had to take another look at that. Shout out to Twisted Black. Shout out to Shaq on that, man. That's crazy. In other news, again, apparently, OpenAI is shutting down its AI platform Sora. So, if y'all remember Sora was that one platform where everybody was doing like the Martin Luther King, Malcolm X wrestling promos and all the little crazy stuff. I did a story about that. This story about that like I ain't even say January. Like last year, I did a story like summertime last year. They were doing a lot of those AI little shorts. Man, you saw it was all over the place on X and TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, of course. So yeah, this is now exiting the $1 billion deal with OpenAI. So there was being a big argument. We're gonna get on AI a little bit later when I talk about the NVIDIA stuff. But like, yeah, it's crazy. This actually segue in two stories I have today. So before I get on that, I gotta do this. So speaking of Disney and speaking of Sony, speaking of AI, speaking of all that stuff, last week, of course, I didn't do the show last week. I had a family emergency to get to. I couldn't do the show. So I wanted to go over this last week when it dropped. But, of course, that happened. And this is the Spider-Man Brand New Day. This Spider-Man movie come out on July the 31st of this year. It's supposed to be a prelude to Avengers Doomsday. And let's play.
I can't believe our first day at MIT. MJ, come on, pretend like you're not the happiest you've ever been in your entire life.
I can't.
I knew it.
Hi, my name is Peter Parker. You don't remember me, but we used to know each other. Something bad was going to happen, and the only way to stop it was to make everyone forget about me. Because I'm not just Peter Parker. I'm Spider-Man.
The hell, Frank? You just hit me with a van!
Quit your whimpering.
Suit yourself.
Go home! And sometimes Spider-Man has to do the hard thing, even if it breaks Peter Parker's heart. What is happening to me? Oh, God. Excuse me, Dr. Banner. I need your help.
What did you say your name was? If DNA is mutating, it would be enormously dangerous.
Spiders have 3 life cycles. When between cycles, it can leave the spider vulnerable to threats.
We are faced with a danger that we can't control. One we can't even see. Stay out of my way.
You're losing it, kid.
And for those spiders who make it through, it amounts to a kind of rebirth.
Nice flowers.
Oh, they're a housewarming gift.
I'm MJ.
I'm just a neighbor from across the hall.
Friendly neighbor.
Yeah, comic book fan, I'm excited. I'm excited like crazy. Hold on. Salute to you, Phoenix. I'm excited like crazy, man. Like, there's a lot of Easter eggs from like past like iconic covers. Like there was one with like Amazing Fantasy 15 where he's Spider-Man swinging and saving somebody. That's like if you go look up Amazing Fantasy 15, that's like one of the most sought after and expensive comics you could buy. That starting price is like 15 grand. Last time I checked. They had one with Punisher introduction. I think that's Spider-Man 124. Hold up. 129. I almost got it. 129. This cover, I'll show y'all real quick. That cover. It had like a lot of little Easter eggs with that. Cause this like I said, this set is gonna be said like right now. I've been watching Daredevil Born Again season 2. The first episode is fire. We're gonna talk about that right after this. And that's set like right before this. So it's a lot of stuff gonna happen in that show that's gonna lead up to this and a lot of other stuff. So I'm excited. I think this is probably gonna be one of the better movies of the year, just because it's gonna be strictly Spider-Man. It's gonna be strictly like the comic accurate Spider-Man, except for like a little here, a little there. So it's almost like we're going back to like the early 2000s Spider-Man movies, and then like him waking up in that cocoon. Like he did, and his powers. That's a storyline called Man Spider. So in that storyline, when Peter Parker get too stressed out, or he feel like he's so isolated, his the spider what the web he got in him from that bite, it started mutating and making him to like a actual spider. So it's interesting if they actually do that, because like I think that McFarlane did that. Tom McFarlane did that storyline. Don't quote me on that. It's so many storylines with Spider-Man that kind of intertwine. So yeah, I'm already told my wife, and my youngest, she's a big like she asked for like a Spider-Man, like she got Spider-Gwen costume she run around the house in. she sees some of my comments. Oh, that's Spider-Man. That's Spider-Man. I said, oh, don't touch it though. You know, she's a real big Spider-Man fan. Like I played a little Spider-Man game on the PS5, and she played a little bit of it. Man, I didn't even make her a Spider-Man fan. She just, fell in love with the character. So yeah, we definitely that's gonna be a family outing right there. Hope she don't get scared up with like the man spider stuff, but like she'll be a little older. I should be going on 5 at the time. I'm getting old. So yeah, it come out July 31st. I'm actually hyped about that. So Daredevil Born Again, season 2. Born Again, iconic Frank Miller. I'm on stream. Iconic Frank Miller storyline. Then this one, what they going off of is the Chip Zdarsky. Chip Zdarsky. Yeah, his that happening back in 2019. This storyline, it been getting a lot of controversy because, like, of course, when a lot of people like something, it's good. It's actually a good episode, in my opinion. Of course, there's gonna be some hang-ons that want to bring politics in and stuff, and a lot of people talking about how let me do a little recap. The end of season 1, Kingpin is the mayor, and he activates the anti-vigilante task force, right? So their job is to gather around any vigilante out there, because like he got a big deal. He have a big deal against Punisher, against Daredevil. So he got a whole bunch of old like corrupt cops to go run and get them and everything. That's what we end up leaving with from season 1. But season 1 was a mess. I talked about that. So season 2, this last episode, it's a lot of action. A lot of Daredevil action. They did not like bullshit around. Now, I'm not gonna suggest go and watch this and get invested in it yet. Give me about 4 episodes in, because I believe this is it's about 10 episodes of it. And this is how I know Disney has some confidence in this. They're not even doing like usually when they do a Disney Plus show, they give you the first 2 episodes. I think they're doing 1 episode per week because they feel so confident about it. They want people to be invested, which that's a change with how they do things. So this first episode, like if you want to see some good action, with some good action in this one. Karen Page is back in this, and they do half the episode is like recapping what's going on, and half the other part of the episode is the action. So, and yeah, I don't know where they going. I kind of do know where they're going with it, but I'm gonna hold off and suggest anybody go and get invested in the show unless you know what you're getting yourself into. This is Disney. Disney known for give us a good 2 to 3 episodes, and all of a sudden some type of bullshit, rug pulling. But I'm cautiously optimistic because like this is the most Daredevil since season 2, in my opinion, like as in 1 episode. Now I'm not gonna say it's gonna be the whole thing or whatever. I'm not gonna be front with you on that, but good episode. I don't want to really get, because like I said, there's a lot of setup, world building stuff they do in this episode, like set up the whole vibe of the city of New York, the city neighborhood Red Hook and everything. Just the political landscape, they did do a lot of that. So, and like I said, it leave you on a cliffhanger. So that I would say this is a trust but verify type situation. You go watch it, and then you just don't be cautiously optimistic, I should say. That's all I got on that. So to even out all the Disney AI stuff, I'm gonna talk about the NVIDIA. And I meant, like I said, I meant to talk about this last week, but like I had that family emergency going on. So NVIDIA announced DLSS 5. I forgot. I think it's dynamic lighting super sampling. Yeah, I think that's what it means. DLSS mean. So right now in PC lingo, we're at 4.5 right now. That's the version we're like anybody that uses DLSS right now on gaming. So what it does is hold on, let me make sure I got that right. That's gonna bother me. Deep learning super sampling. My bad. I said something. I know that one right. Deep learning super sampling. So what it does is like, let's say back in the day when you playing like a PlayStation 1 Resident Evil. So you have to go and load up. When you do the little open door, like you go to the next room, you loading up all that whole scene in that room, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So with this, everything, like you don't even have a disc anymore, really. Everything's out when you install the game and everything pretty much loads up in your if you got SSD, M2 drive, whatever, it loads up on one of those drives, those storage jars or whatever. That's good for gaming and stuff. And basically, like when you run the game, it loads probably one time, like Grand Theft Auto loads one time. And the DLSS, what it does is, let's say it helps, it could either downsize the image, it'll upsize it, you'll be like a, let's say 1440p, but the image will be will be downscaled to like 1080p to run, and it's like based on like how much quality you want into it. So you could like you making it so you in simple terms, you're making a worse image better, upscale better to your resolution you're using or whatnot. So it helps with like frame rate and everything like that. I'm talking computer lingo. So they've been developing this since I think the first DLSS stuff came out 30 series, I believe. Maybe 20 series. But like it wasn't really good. But like after 40 series, it became really good. And right now I'm on 50 series. I got 5080. And it's good, but like a lot of people don't like using it because you do get latency issues. What that does is like if I'm playing a shooter, I get input lag. It'll be like an input lag situation. It's good for like single player games. It's good for racing games. Like if you wanna play a 4K, but you wanna have more frame rate or whatever. You put DLSS like performance or some shit like that. So it'd be like a 2K image straight, upsample to 4K. So this is a new going back to the subject. This is a new version of DLSS. So this is AI powered, and this has been the most controversial thing in PC gaming right now. So all right, it's two things that this became controversial. Number one, NVIDIA pretty much did this on their own. They didn't really consult with like the developers and stuff to make sure like the light and everything is what they wanted the mood to be and whatnot. This is like this. They just really went. This is the scary part. So with anything when deals with like computer imaging and everything like that, there's somebody's making that. Somebody's spending their heart, they time perfecting like the animations and everything like that. So the devs are mad because like they're like, hey, you're taking away our artistic our artistic vision of that character and what we want and everything. The gamer / consumer, people who gonna buy like PC parts and everything like that, they complaining about the fact that NVIDIA's doing this and they can't really get PC parts at a reasonable price anymore because they'll classify as what you call quote unquote AI slop, which in grand scheme of things, they have a major point. Like, I get that point the most. Like, if a lot of the PC part, especially NVIDIA stuff, was like back in the gap, it was like between $200 to maybe $1,000, no more than that. And this came out, people would actually be more excited about it if they were able to like if I were able to upgrade my video card right now. About spending $3,000 right now, because if I upgrade my card, it's $3,000. Most 5090s, even on the resale, even resale is like past 3,000. It's crazy, and a lot of that is because like the AI, like the data centers and stuff, the shortage on RAM. Because like right now, what's gold in the world right now is RAM, and all that. Like RAM touches so much stuff. Like it touches the GPUs. It touches like right now. Like even the consoles are affected by it because that was a story I didn't get to it, but Nintendo is dropping 30% production, but production down 30% on Switch 2s because they can't maintain the price. Like a lot of people not buying Switch 2s either. So there's like a big disconnect between NVIDIA and AMD for that matter, and a lot of the people who are doing the computer part stuff. There's between the developers, meaning like the people who made the games, the Rockstars, the 2Ks, the EAs, all that shit, Capcoms and stuff like that. Then in the consumer, because like personally, in a vacuum, DLSS 5 isn't bad. It's a net neutral. And what I mean by that, if it was developer, if they made it like, hey, because like AI, you do like, it's certain, you type in words or something like kind of work with what the AI wants to do. It's a certain lingo and stuff you want them wanting to run, but it's a art within itself. It's not necessarily code. It's something else. I don't know really to call it or whatnot, right? But if NVIDIA would just let it be a tool and don't have too much control and let things happen, which in this world I highly doubt that would be the case. The developers, especially indie developers, they'll make it work well. Because like I can see that being a situation where a developer can make like a model, make the make the image and they make the character in the image or whatever the NPCs or whatever, right? And DLSS 5 could help with like lighting when it comes to like animation or stuff like that. So like they could develop better like gameplay situations. You know what I mean? So yeah, that could be a good situation if it was that case. But like as long as like if in video gonna do a top-down approach and be like, hey, no, you're gonna do what we want to do, or you know, we're not gonna give you this, and you know, play the power dynamic game, it's gonna suck for all gaming. I mean, I'm not gonna even front about that. So even with story like this story, you got memes. I don't share a couple of those because like everybody roasting them. Hold up, what thing is? They're doing stupid stuff like that. Then this one, Greta Thunberg, the Sydney's weenie. See. These are some of the memes that like basically a lot of people say you just change how the character look. Oh shit. If you know what this is, like when Sonic the Hedgehog the movie was coming out, this what Sonic used to look. That every Sonic, all the Sonic fans, everybody they went crazy, right? And yeah, that's how he end up looking like it was a big uproar back in 2018, 2019. This is the Last of Us thing because like she plays that's crazy. So yeah, they've been memeing the shit out of it. Let me see. Let's see. Can we get AR? Hold up. Can we get AR glasses to do this in real time? Kind of like beer goggles. See, nobody wants AI slot filter on top of their games. See, that's the issue. And then they say 2 sticks of RAM cost $900 because of this. Yeah. So like no, they had a big old fit over this. And I think overall, like it just depends. It's a lot of variables need to be made. And plus, when they did that, only way they was running it was like with two 5090s. I know I'm talking PC lingo shit, but like two 5090s and a crazy rig. Like that rig, if that was sold on the market, probably would be a Miata. That'd be damn near Mazda Miata you could buy with that shit. At probably like a what $20,000 to $30,000 rig. So enough of that. So Jay-Z did an interview with GQ, and Honest Got You was a pretty good interview. I got a couple tidbits on it. Matter of fact, 1, 2, 4. I got four clips of this. I'm just gonna go and play some of it. This dropped Monday night, Tuesday-ish. So here we go.
We love the excitement, and I love the sparring and the music you get. But in this day and age, it's so much negative stuff that comes with it that you almost wish it didn't happen.
Really?
Yeah, because it's almost like it's a final thing. Now people that like Kendrick hate Drake.
Yeah.
No matter what he makes, no matter what he says, and it goes far too. It's like attack on his character and his thing. And
hold on real quick. You know I do.
And it's like I don't know if I love that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's helpful to our growth. Where the fallout lands, especially on on social media, which takes place every day.
Yeah.
You know what? He raised a good point. One difference between even like the Pac Biggies and even him with Jay-Z and Nas, right? Jay-Z and Nas had a little bit of that because you did have forums, you did have, I think, MySpace, Black Planet, Black Voices, and a lot of other websites. And I think Facebook was in the infancy at that time. You did have a little bit of that where it got a little deep, with what's going on and stuff, behind the scenes and stuff. But there was like a separation. Like people were just really talking about Jay-Z character versus Nas and vice versa, and who had the better tracks. It was most about music. Then it was on that type of time, right? Now it's on a whole nother level. You have a beef with somebody. It's like that with like the small YouTube beefs. They digging up your family history. They digging up, you say you from this hood. They're gonna, check your card on that shit. Go holler at somebody at your hood that don't like you. All kinds of craziness. And I kind of feel Jay-Z on this. Let's finish.
And now you have these pods of cult.
The Stan armies fighting.
Yeah, and it's like, it's too far.
Yeah.
It's like bringing kids in it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't like that. Maybe I've grown in a space that is probably, I sound like the old guy wagging the thing. But I think we can achieve the same thing as far as like sparring with music, with collaborations more so than breaking the whole thing apart.
Yeah.
It could stand it before because there was no social media and there was no thing, and you had the battle and it was fun, and then you moved on.
Right.
Right now, I don't know if it could stand it with the technology that we have.
Because it takes up so much oxygen.
It takes up so much oxygen.
Yeah.
And now it's just like every day they're just trying
they're
to
still talking about it.
It's not just talking about it. Not like, yo, this song I like this.
Yeah.
No, it's like trying to tear down the people's life.
Yeah.
It's like trying to, wreck this guy's marriage or this guy's relationship with his child. And it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's worth it at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Again, I love the idea that we got so much music in such a short period of time.
Great music.
Just everything around it was just like, man, it's like taking us a couple steps back.
Yeah.
And
I'll say this too, like, you look back at that a lot of controversies with like the Diddy situation and everything. There's been a downturn. I have to admit, I might have been slightly wrong on something, because I thought there would be an upturn of creativity when like the whole Diddy situation happened, and how hip hop was looking with that beef and stuff. But with Jay-Z talking about I could see some artists be like, you know what, is this even worth it? Like actually even being successful in this space, is it even worth it? If sooner or later I'm gonna bump heads with another rapper to, I have to, do the little beef thing. And then you have instigators online kind of trying to start beefs, saying, well, they think that's a shot. And like I said, you're getting this everywhere, even in little small YouTube spaces and stuff, right? It makes me think like maybe that aspect might have dampened anybody's dreams to like get into that, that space when it comes to music. It really, when it comes to just being a public figure within itself, because like there's so many pitfalls. Like it's more pitfalls than it used to be. Somebody go call get one of your cousins that's been in and out of jail and have them do a tell-all against you now. All kinds of craziness, right? And I don't know. Maybe things will run amok in that aspect.
And we just grown so much that I don't know if, I guess I'm gonna say it, I don't know if battling needs to be part of the culture anymore.
Interesting.
I hate that I have this point of view. I do, because I know what it sounds like.
And I think there needs to be a maturity of the fan in that aspect, because like once you get so caught up, like I lost respect with Drake when I found out like when the album, if you reading this, is too late, and most of the album he didn't even write. He didn't write or anything. It was a bunch of reference tracks and all that stuff. Yeah, that I already lost respect for him. So like Kendrick doing what he did didn't necessarily made me want to go look up more stuff I don't like about him. I just like, well, you know what? And that goes to my 3-album rule, because I do believe that his first 3 albums, that was his voice, that was his writing thing, because like he did write at one point in time. He did write his stuff. So I believe this is one of the problems when like if you pimp your style so much, because if you remember, Drake was on everybody's hook. He was like the hook king for a good from 2009 to like maybe 2012. He was on everybody hook. He was on every fucking Rick Ross, every fucking, he was everywhere. He was doing features on features. And sooner or later you lose what your voice really is, until like, he get back on the wine and stuff and whatever. And it appealed to girls, especially like that type of stuff, because like he was placating in that. Oh man. Okay. So yeah, it wasn't nothing like Kendrick could do to make me hate Drake or even dislike Drake more than his own actions. I respect him being able to perform, because performing is a beast within itself. Like, but like he's not, to me, I looked at him like it's the whole art versus content argument. Being as I got you. My bad. 1-1.
Sound like
What's up,
you battling over there. Hey. I'm here for a short time. How are you?
I'm doing good. So what did you think about, did you watch this interview at all?
No.
It's actually a good interview.
Which is shocking. I'm sure. That's
It's
shocking.
a very
Did
good
you send it
interview.
on?
The interviewer is really good. I need to get his name. I got
I
3
don't
more
think he sent me
clips
the
of
link.
it.
But anyway, I will say this. I am noticing that when Jay-Z does do interviews, he's starting to sit down with younger people. I think it's a good thing because they get to learn a lot, and I guess get to stay in touch with the younger crowd, to understand what they're thinking and guide them in that direction or whatever. But at the same time, I would appreciate an interview with an established journalist as well, because they will ask questions that will actually get to the crux of certain things.
Yeah, I get that point. And if you know, like Jay-Z is a master of keeping a certain vibe about him. Like this is the most I've heard him open up on any like I've heard him open up like this since he was coming up. I keep it a buck. Like remember when he was like coming up, he was trying, and like right between like him and DMX, and I don't know, was like 99, 2000s around there. It was, he was
Yeah,
hungry.
I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
the most.
and then they had all the hip hop magazines as well, to keep their name out there.
Yeah,
I absolutely agree with that.
but like he's smart enough on this front. Like sometimes as a rapper, you need to keep that mystique about you, that certain type of mystique. I'll keep it a buck with you. Any artist of the caliber, if you like, we don't need Denzel on every podcast. You know what I mean? Denzel is like a sacred. Like when it comes to art, he want to keep his name sacred to the statue within what he built it up to be. Same with like a DiCaprio.
Just so we won't get tired of them. Yes,
you want you to get tired, or it won't break any of the mystique of that person. And one of the things, this is a problem with Hollywood right now, and this, trust me, it's not going off the subject, is that once you start engaging in social media, especially on the political end, that's the fastest way of people figuring you out, and then all of a sudden your name recognition is that person. Even if you're playing a good character, they only gonna see that person they were arguing with on social media because y'all voted with a different person than them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So he's good at. I mean, and then he did kind of screw up a little bit when Obama was in there. He got a little bit too out there, like going to him and little parties with Gaddafi and stuff like that. Going to Cuba. He got. So then if you notice, like he stepped back a lot. He stepped back even with Trump because like he said a little bit here, a little bit there, but then next thing you know, he shut the fuck up. He'll shut the fuck up on some of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem he does have is that now he can't really go older just because he's implicating a lot of shit. So this is him controlling narrative. He's doing a good job at it. Yeah, he's doing a good job at it. I'm not going to get front with you on that.
Absolutely.
And you gotta respect. I gotta respect it on this form because like, how many of people last time somebody controlled a narrative on something and it even worked was like a Malcolm X type situation where he'll talk. Even Muhammad Ali at one point. He'll talk circles around anybody on that thing. Like they'll try to pin something on him, and then he'll just Trump does that well too. He know how to do that well too. It's a treat to watch him do it. But yeah, this is number one. You want to hear it again? Hear most of it?
No, you can keep going.
All right, bet.
I said I have limited time today.
All right, it's cool.
Did a personal thing that you chose Kendrick for the Super Bowl. It's like, oh man, he's choosing the side and he's he's not.
Like I don't have. What do I have to do with that? I chose the guy that was having a monster year. I think it was the right choice. It wasn't in some sort of alliance to a battle. I don't.
Yeah.
What I care about them two guys battling, like what's that got to do with me? Have at it, have fun. It's almost like not just me, by the way. They drag everybody in it. Like everyone's part of this conspiracy to undermine Drake, I guess. But like, what the fuck? Like what? I'm fucking Jay-Z. or do respect to him. I'm fucking old. Do respectfully. Like for what? To what end?
Yeah.
It couldn't be that these guys just don't like each other.
Yeah.
And I think they haven't liked each other for a long time.
Before you had anything to do with it.
Wow. Yeah. I think this has been brewing, just like me and Nas was brewing.
Yeah.
It didn't happen at the Summer Jam. That happened. The Lexington TV sets, the minimum, whatever. It was a whole bunch of stuff leading up to that point.
Myth Bleak, what is the Myth Bleak slugs in your hat, right?
It was slugs in your hat. It was a bunch of like little things that led up to that point. And then when it happened, I actually regret that because I really like Nas. He's a really nice guy.
But also to your point, like I remember I was like 10 or 11 when that happened. I was like,
pick a side.
Well, I was on your side.
Yeah, I get clearly.
But my position was I can't go out and buy Stillmatic or ask my parents to buy Stillmatic.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna borrow it and burn it because I can't deny one mic. You know.
Like I want to hear it.
Yeah.
But I ain't supporting them.
Words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Listen, one mic was the shit, but okay.
Oh yeah, it was. It was. That's one problem with beefing in general. You separate the room, and that's like, and the thing is like even with let's take our culture out the situation. Like there's been disagreements in other cultures, like metal shit, fucking like Metallica, Megadeth. That's known, and like look me. You know, you have rivalries all over the place.
Megadeth in years.
I know. I mean, that's the point. That's the point I brought that. But Metallica's, like I said, you had those little tips, but like one reason it's not highlighting other cultures because like it's a side piece, not the main dish. Because like we may battle in the main dish. In general, that's the essence of hip hop, like the battle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The battle rap, battle rap and battle dancing, all that shit. That's you don't get no more hip hop than that. And that's part of that's legit part of our culture and part of human. That's everybody want to know who the best. The problem with what we having now is you could be the best, but now you got to destroy the person who challenged you. You know what I mean? It's a different level there.
Yeah, there can only be one type of mentality. I get it, but I don't, because it could be more than one. It's enough out here for everybody, and it hurts more than it helps because you're losing a significant piece of your audience, you know, when you are separating the room.
Yep. Overall.
So that's a lot.
Especially
it hurts the artist more than it helps them.
It actually, I would say this. I'll go with that. It hurts the genre because, like, think about it. Like, why invest all your time in one genre like in other genres when eventually somebody's gonna come try to tear you down? You do your life, not even just your rap style and your work ethic in that form or whatnot. They want to tear down your family. And then like go ahead.
Because I heard him mention that about tearing down the family, and it does go a bit overboard. But like I said, it hurts the artist more than it hurts the audience because you're separating the room. That is actual support that you can have.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I've said this before. You've never heard of Tim McGraw going at Garth Brooks. You never heard, they don't separate the room. Not a Faith Hill and who was her counterpart back there? I can't think of it, but let's just say Dolly Parton and Reba McEntire. Like it was friendly competition. You know what I'm saying? They make fun of each other. It was a friendly competition. It wasn't bitches either me or you like they do between Beyonce and Rihanna or Brandy and Monica or like Jay-Z and Nas or whatever. And a lot of times when you hear the stories of where the beef started or where the misunderstanding started, it was like some people that were in their ear telling them, I heard that such and such said blah, 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 blah. And
Yeah.
instead of asking that person directly, they decided to believe what they heard that another person may have heard instead. That's a game of telephone.
It's crazy too. Like even the '90s, if you go look back at the when it's a documentary with Manny Fresh and all them, and the whole No Limit Cash Money thing. That was a side of that. What it was on some hill politics stuff. But like even I think one of the first salvos in that little robbery in New Orleans was the UNLV and Mystical, and like they were cool. They were like legit cool. Cause like they were part. I think at one point they were part of one little group, but then like they did that Dragon by the River song and shit. Westcott was laughing. They were laughing at this. Like Mystical was laughing at this. It wasn't like a big deal, but everybody around it thought it was like this huge big deal and want to make some more because like shit that was a order of the day at the time. Like hey, you gotta go. They said something about you. You gotta go do something type shit, right? But like they.
Right.
Physical and like Yellow Boy, all they were all cool and stuff. They were all and that's how it used to be. Like even in hip hop, like oh man, if you would say the most agreed. I think what changed too, probably what I'm debating was it Pac and Biggie, because like the debate me and my wife had was like, hey, Pac did say that about Faith Evans, but I was like it wasn't like Faith Evans was like. She was private. She was a public figure. Yeah, it was one of those. Y'all both public figures. Now, if I reference her in the battle we have and the beef we having, all fair and love and war type of situation. I don't know. I'm on that type of time. I don't know what you think about that.
I, for one, think that if you are beefing with a grown ass man, keep it on that grown ass man. That's number one. There's no reason for you to even reference his wife in any capacity because you're not beefing with the wife. She ain't got shit to do with that.
On Pops,
although we do be yelling "fuck your bitch" and a click your claim all out, but still, it's just something about that.
Let's put the whole, because like you gotta look at it in the macro too. Pac was going against that whole organization, and she was part of that organization.
Okay, and so was Total, and 112, and yeah. I didn't hear none of them being referenced.
I'm pretty sure they was on the list.
I know
somewhere.
He said fuck Bad Boys as a whole record label and crew, but only Faith's name was called out.
But like I said, in the thing of battling too.
Yeah, and battle that person. Like again, it's what we say all the time. First of all, I'm a whole woman. If two men are fighting, what I look like getting in the middle trying to break that up? Keep the same energy. You don't need to mention me. I ain't got nothing to do with what y'all disagreement is about. If you doing that, that means you don't want to resolve. You want to take it to the next level. If you trying to be grown about the situation, keep it on the subject of the misunderstanding. That ain't got nothing to do with everybody. That's between you and that person. Only time my name should have came up is if I was being the messy one. Period.
And
now
on Pac too, he did get shot. It looked like that was on his. I mean, from his standpoint, like it was a setup, but it was a setup on some other ends. I mean, if you look
correct, and I understand all that.
Yeah.
But what does that have to do with Faith? I agree with all of that. It had nothing to do with her.
Yeah, I think see, there's a problem, man. Like battling anybody, you don't know where they gonna take this shit at. Like what your standards is, it's not gonna be their standards. Like you don't know where they gonna take it at.
Absolutely.
and like
that is absolutely true.
It's almost like it's like us and Iran, right? They've been saying death in America. As soon as later, it was gonna be that one cat that's like, oh, y'all been saying this, and y'all been doing this, and this, and that. Oh, I'm taking to your head now. I'm not fucking around no more. I mean, we didn't mean it. Well, hey, I don't know. I don't know if you mean it or not. You said it. You know what I mean? That's and it's one of those things like, you know, that's why I'm a firm believer of the best fight to have is the fight that you don't have. You know what I mean? Just you don't know where people are taking it. You don't know where you don't know the Lord. It could be one of those David and the Philistines situation where, you know, you got to clean up everybody, clean up all them Philistines, get on up out of there. God told you to do it. You might be the Philistines in that subject, you know what I mean? You don't know. And they might need to obey. They might be on that type of time.
Yeah, that's the sad part. Just like I said, keep it on that particular part. Keep your issue with who you had the issue with. Like we used to say, if we in school and we don't say hi to somebody, we know that person will turn around and be like, damn, did I fuck you over last night? Like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's with the attitude? You ain't speaking to me.
Man, and that gets
okay,
tired
so
too.
if you have an issue with somebody, address that issue with that person. You don't drag other people in there because all you're doing is confusing the situation. And then you have extra shit to apologize for in the back end. If you intend to apologize. If you don't, I would say leave it alone altogether because you don't want to resolve it. And arguing back and forth is not going to get you nowhere.
Yeah, Pac ain't apologizing. He was on that time. He was like, y'all try to take me up out of here. That's the type of time he on. Like,
and I understand that, but at the same time, Pac also had the resources to have that investigated before he jumped out the window.
Good point too.
Know for sure before you do all that. If you got your ears to the street and street niggas did that shit, you could have got an answer. Cause let's be real, Pac is East Coast. He was born in New York. He was raised in Baltimore. He's in the streets. Like
somebody was
you had homies and gangsters and all them, you know, around you. They could have found some shit out for you.
Yep. But then again, when you get so isolated too, then you surrounded by people who want you to go. They got ulterior motives and they want you to go 100 miles an hour towards that goal because like shit, they could market it up here and make this move here. You know, you got that type of aspect, got that type of situation too, man. Because like the media,
I get it.
The media instigating this a lot.
Yeah, and I get it. But just like the media said a lot of stuff about him that wasn't true, why would he all of a sudden believe everything the media said? And again, he also had access to the Brotherhood.
Oh yeah.
They know everything.
Yeah, they would have figured out. They would have. So they did security, so they would have figured that shit out.
I'm trying to like for real. And if you continuously scream, you a grown ass man, why did you become the next man's puppet?
They all did.
Because they want you to go after somebody.
That's the crazy thing about that whole situation. They all became puppets. Even Suge. Suge became a puppet.
Well, then you ain't a grown ass man. You another man's puppet.
But
tell the truth, shame the devil.
And the thing is, what I'm trying to get to you is, yeah, that sound good, but we have to remember this man got shot. Then he ended up going to jail over a situation he legitimately didn't do. They even say they set him up on that, and That's one good DJ Vlad interview when he interviewed old girl that said that he strong on her. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You can see, oh, she full of shit. You see it. You see it in her face. I know that's supposed to believe all women and everything, but like you legit see she was with that bullshit.
Who the fuck said that?
No, I'm just saying
Women lie, men lie. Numbers don't.
No.
I don't believe shit. I want proof and evidence.
Phoenix, you in the minority on this. I got you. You don't have to even say that. I'm just saying the thought process, because like there was a big old thing about just getting, especially in the 90s. Like if you got too big for your britches, they was sending some chick out there and shit. And a lot of them cats were falling victim to her shit. I mean, man, it was stuff like, I think I love Dirt. Who said that? Oh man, I forgot. I think Hitmaker. The dude used to be with DMX all the time. That he ended up becoming like a big time. I think it was Hitmaker or whatever. He was talking about how if you brought a girl around DMX and he like her, he'll just say, "Hey, you left your purse in my room." He'll say some shit like that, some slick shit, and she'd be in that room. And especially 90s, 2000, like, dude, like, I call that that's like a mini sexual revolution, like in how the 70s was, because like, if a dude wanted your chick, it really was. I mean, unless she like super in love and everything, and she not outside like that. There was a lot of chicks who were outside during that time. You know what I'm talking about. There was a lot of people, like even what you call what the church girls, they were outside doing things because everybody know how to keep their mouth shut at that time. So there was a lot of stuff going on, and it would not be hard if a dude, if you would be like a regular dude, got your stuff together somewhat, and chick want to holler at you for lunch or something like that. It won't be hard to do that. So add that and then put the celebrity tag on there. That shit. I mean, people do anything to be in that room. You know what I'm talking about. It was easier to put allegation on, but then again, it was easier to beat the allegation too, because common sense still took hold. Like, hey, how did you get in that room? Why was you there? What time was it? Why? Well, people start asking those questions until they start saying, "Hey, you blaming the victim," quote unquote. So you can't ask those questions. Man, we went the whole hip hop gamble right there.
Yeah.
This is another clip he did. I think this is one. Let's see. I think this is one about him being a capitalist. How they treating. They label him a capitalist for doing something. Let's read.
To talk a little bit about this idea of like you said earlier, like the things that you do for the culture, the ways that you put on, the ways that you try to protect and move forward, but kind of the pushback that you get sometimes about like people throw capitalists at you in a derogatory sense.
Yeah, I think in that verse specifically, the only thing I heard coming up was the American dream until we started being successful. And it was like, wait a minute, you're selling out because you're making money. That was the first thing that was put on musicians. People had this law for the struggling artists. That's a mind game, what we would call back in the day for tricknology. It's like,
there is some truth to that, and that I believe that's definitely a East Coast, up north, West Coast type of thing. Like, I ain't gonna say LA West Coast. I'm talking about like Bay Area West Coast, which is ironic. But there is a segment of the population that once they'll love you, once you was like, they feel like you still grounded, you like two doors away from where they'll be at. But then if you start making moves and making money moves and stuff, that's when the weird stuff, like they say where you sold out, where you did this or where you did that. There is something to that. It's kind of crap, and I won't say crap barrel, because I see that especially in the rock scene. The rock scene does that a lot too. It's something the mentality of the fan that they're not happy when their artist is too successful. That makes sense.
Well, No, that's stupid. But okay,
That's stupid on their part or my part.
their part.
Okay. And you gotta stipulate that because
Why would it be stupid on your? Why would it be stupid on your part? You're not
people
saying it.
stupid. People stupid. So people
Oh.
make sure.
Okay, so yeah, it would be stupid for a company to invest millions of dollars into an artist for them to flop because you're not recouping the money that you invested. You are not making a surplus because the whole purpose to invest is to get a return on your investment. That means the money that you put in plus extra. So if you are investing
Think you're breaking up.
but you killing a career at the same time, that is dumb as fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. I can hear you. I can hear you.
That is stupid. So I'm not calling you stupid. I'm saying that strategy is dumb because you just wasted millions of dollars for nothing. Just to clarify for those in the back.
Yeah. And yeah, it's crazy. Even think like, I mean, we see even in small YouTube sectors when people start seeing the super chats, people start seeing people rocking with them. I mean, and even other sectors, like in other sectors, they have segments just to read super chats. They get so many super chats. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And just imagine somebody was getting that much super chats in, you know, sector we came from. How the uproar on that. He didn't even read the super chats when you do it. He don't care about this. He don't care about, you know, all that shit. That'd be going crazy if somebody had a whole segment, or it's some people I know I've met and everything. They have a whole show just to talk about super chats. They get a whole. It's because they get so many super chats, and like they stick to their format, and they get so many super chats. Like they get super chats without even saying anything. The show ain't started. They already got what 10 red bubbles. You know what I mean? And that's why like people tripping about people getting red bubbles from certain. I mean, which is cool. You know, that's all. I'm like, man, if y'all only knew, y'all need to venture out. Just get away. You know what I mean? It's almost like I'm back in the hood. Like, I'm telling people, hey, man, hey, you want to know what white folks doing? Oh, yeah, you always talking about white. I said, man, you need to know this, man. Like, shit, they got pantries full of this, full of that. Real? Yeah. They don't fuck around. We don't have to get. They collect you know, Jordans and everything too, but they got their shit together before they get them Jordans. There's little stuff like that. You know what I mean? There's one little like slight, you know. That's my job on even my YouTube. That's my job. Is like, hey, this is going on. Y'all need to be aware. It might be uncomfortable sometimes. It might be like, damn, what the fuck how the fuck you find this? But y'all need to know. You know what I mean?
I ain't gotta know everything. I don't. It is not my job to know every damn thing. It's not. It is the Lord's job. I am not the Lord.
Man, I hear that. You don't know how to. Yeah, we don't know how to work. The Lord works. And maybe you see something, you say something. You might be saying the Lord probably put on your heart to say that thing too. You don't know. You see something, hey, just interesting. Mm-hmm. So I mean, again, I'm not out here trying to know everything. I'm just over here trying to be like informed. But the whole capitalist thing,
knowledge is power. I will say that. But half that shit you be finding, honey, I don't be needing to know that shit.
But then again, hey, you laughing, but hey, like I said, safe space was some other in this sector. Mm-hmm. I'm like, hey, y'all need to know what safe space mean. And then when Chapter Takeover, when they found out what that Building Brothers better thing was going on, That was one of them. That was one of them things where I saw that too. I'm like, ooh, but Business was on it. So salute to them. We need to know things. So Devil always working, man. And then we be so focused. We be focused on all the shit we be focusing on. And next thing you know, our kids wearing fucking fishnets in the wintertime and shit. You know what I mean? Fishnet shirts in the wintertime.
Oh Lord, didn't they go out in the 80s?
Well, I'm just saying, like.
Please don't make a comeback. Don't make no comeback. You keep that shit right where it was.
You know what? Fishnet stockings need to come back. My wife, she rocks some fishnet stockings.
Stockings are different, but some shirts, nah.
The Mojo jerseys. That's what you call the Mojos.
Oh Lord.
Let's read.
I'm not going for that. Like, no, I make art first, and then
Hey, you got the echo. Got the echo. Your head's tripping again.
Make sure that I'm compensated for my art. I didn't take advantage. I didn't get here by taking advantage of people. I didn't take no one. That's not my reputation. That's not what I do. I didn't get here by taking advantage of people or taking advantage of, the loopholes in the system or some.
All right. I have to agree with Jay-Z on this part. Out of all the moguls, he gave everybody that was around him a good chance. Like, especially I'm talking about the old Rockefeller. Now you want to talk about Dame? That's a whole nother subject. I'm not going to get in that. But as in like the artists, he gave them ample time to like level up with them. He warns them and everything. It's stories on that one. Now I that's one thing you can't say. They can't say Jay screwed anybody over like that. You can't say 50 screwed anybody over. Like they give you chances to be like, all right, you go, let's right this ship. Hey, watch out for this. Hey, this new wave about to come. You better get your shit together. But like, niggas don't like to listen all the time. You know what I'm saying? So he's kind of been consistent on that. What do you say, Phoenix?
There have been stories that he steals lyrics. Yeah. Allegedly, he remixes. He took a lot of Biggie's lyrics and made them his own in his own songs, and other artists that underground artists or whatever that you may not hear of. But his wife has also been accused of the same thing. Now, I'm not sure if he took advantage of those people. Did they get compensation for that or whatever? I don't know. But I haven't heard Benny Siegel.
Benny screwed up.
But I don't know the story behind that. So I can't, again, it's rumors. I don't know. But there's rumors.
But Benny had a lot of.
It's not like I can walk up and be like, "Hey, so what really happened?"
Yeah.
Okay, he had legal issues, yeah, but a lot of them did. A lot of them did, and it wasn't like Benny was clean before you signed his ass. The motherfucker was damn near a criminal when you signed him.
The closest scandal I remember that you could put a question mark on, it might be his the album, that Rock La Familia album. That was supposed to be a whole Rockefeller, like that's supposed to be like a Rough Rider album thing. You know how Rough Riders had that one big old album with all the Rough Riders on there? It was supposed to be that, then ended up becoming Jay-Z's album. So that one, you might that's a cap. I mean, I ain't gonna like saying cap because like they saying capitalism in a negative sense because these are far left people talking about this shit. Let's call it for what it is. And this tell me that Jay-Z is the far left because he's looking at this like, no, I'll work for this. Technically, he did. He worked everything he got. He pretty much worked for. Now, you could say he did some extracurricular things outside of the work. That's a whole argument to be made. I'm not about to have that argument because I don't know. That's all speculative at this point, unless you get proof. But overall, like shit, he learned how to not write his music and memorize his rhymes. To me, that's epic. Like that's hard to do. It's very hard to do. The way he and the how prolific he was with it, and then he would go out and freestyle. On the most part, he'd go out and at one point, like people don't know him and LL Cool J had a little tiff. I want to say doing the Rough Rider age and stuff when they were going out doing the freestyles. And he used to go and try to find. He was like, man, I'm trying to get the biggest Queens motherfucker out here, which is LL. And shit, LL talked. I think I had that video. LL talked about it. Like he just came from tour. He pretty much freestyled out. He that's why after tour they just disappear. They don't even want to interact with people because like people gonna try them. Like, hey, come on, let's do a cypher real quick. LL was like, man, I was ciphered out. I didn't have nothing. I mean, I have remember like 20 damn songs. And know how to. So he done. He like, man, I'm out. And Jay-Z called him Slipton. And that and he won that cycle. Was like, hey.
On the same token, when it was the Def Jam tour, everybody went. DMX, Method Man, Redman.
Yep.
Okay. So apparently, and I believe it is on video. I don't quote me, but I believe it's on video. So apparently, Jay-Z and DMX battled.
Yep.
And it is said that DMX wrecked shop.
He did. I know what you're talking about. He did.
And after that, DMX had a whole bunch of legal troubles.
Yeah, and then like they weren't pushing his. I think he had.
That cannot be a coincidence.
He had a third, either his third or fourth album. He just got done. They weren't really pushing it because Jay-Z was part of the board. Yeah. So that little shit, to me, I look at that as Game of Thrones shit because now you're executive now. So that gives credence to what the people are saying about him, doing shicey stuff. But I mean, how's he any different than LL? I think it was LL part of Atlanta. Boy, that's a good question. You're part of Def Jam. LL used to have that power too.
Yeah, because he funded Def Jam. Def Jam was funded by him.
Yeah. Yeah, he used to do little tricks and trades, knock people out the square and shit. Like Fumo D couldn't do too much. He had to go to LA. People don't know that he had ended up moving to LA after that whole beef. It's just crazy thinking about it.
Yeah.
I'm wrinkled in like a capitalist structure. That structure exists, and I just see the world for what it is, not for what I want it to be. I'm a realist, not an ideal. It's not idealistic. People speak about the world how they want to see it. You're never gonna win like that.
By the way, I might need that hat, man, because I got locks and stuff. I need one. I need the brand, man. I don't want to get the exact hat, but you know what I mean. I need that type
of. Scully, it's okay.
All right, and this is the last clip I got. This is our GQ X thing. I hope they don't do the bullshit, man, because this is actually good content. But here we go. This is the last clip.
What was it like watching Blue coming to her own even more on this most recent tour?
That was amazing. Because on the first tour, there was like a lot of conversation around her first performance, and she worked really hard to get to that point, but she still wasn't going for it. She still was like going through the motions. And then after that, she just started going for it. Like she started fighting back. I saw her fight, maybe for the first time in her life, like fighting back. You know, like not everything is just given to her and everything is easy. She had to fight for that. She fought for it. Then to see her do the amount of work, she's almost on every number.
Yeah.
I had to take her off physically or some number. Like, man, you can't be on that stage where she's singing, 6-inch heels. You crazy? That's never gonna happen. Like it was like that. It was like a fight.
Sure.
She wanted to dance every single number. And that's a lot of choreography to remember.
Mm-hmm.
She was 13 at the time. That's a lot. And she was nailing it. She was going crazy.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Like Blue is a crazy pianist. But she won't let us get her like a teacher. She don't want to be mentored in that way because she wants it to feel just like fun. She don't want it to be a job.
Mm-hmm.
But when she has a perfect pitch,
mm-hmm.
anything. If she hears a song, she'll be like, play it again, and then she'll play it.
Oh, wow.
Like she'll teach herself. She'll find the notes and then she's off playing it. That's just talent. Because we tell her like, no, that's not normal, right? And she's just like, no, I just want to play. I enjoy playing. Let me just play. So she doesn't work at that. She worked at this, and it makes me proud that she fought for something that she really wanted to do.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to be able to get off that stage now. I don't know.
All right, yeah, so
good luck.
She might be next one. if she go legitimate, if Blue Ivy, I know my cousin like this, they could hear a song and just play it by ear on piano. That's another level, and that's another level there. And piano is hard. Like you gotta legit.
Yeah, that's a gift.
Yeah.
That is a true gift. You literally have an ear for music.
So I mean, hey, that she gon' shit. What's called it? Like I don't know about man. Northwest, she getting a little weird. But
she being raised by a Kardashian. You can see the difference, honey.
Yeah.
And everybody laughed at Kanye when he was like, y'all mother.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Chris is raising her to be the next Kim Kardashian. That is not a good thing. I refuse to let my daughter be on social media, but she has a heavy social media presence. And it's excused away. Oh, well, they already on television. Okay, cool.
Oh, no.
They dragged Kanye for getting a house across the street from Kim. Said it was from Kim. You do know he got 4 kids with her, right?
Yeah.
You do know that when he is free, he takes his children to and from school. Why the hell he got to move across town with LA traffic just to appease y'all?
Man.
You do know that he actually spends time with his children. So if they feel like, hey, I want to see dad, they can run their ass across the street. Why is that a bad thing? But you want to make it about Kim and her new relationship with Pete Davidson, who is an unhinged white boy with no kids.
Yeah. Now I think she with Lewis Hamilton now.
That don't matter. I'm just saying they dragged that man like he wasn't a whole damn father out here.
Yeah, that's what they do, man. In Hollywood.
How dare he stalk her like that? Stalk? He's stalking his kids. Why I gotta be about him?
Look,
4 children with this woman. And you mean to tell me he's supposed to just move far away and be unavailable so y'all can talk about that too?
Ain't nothing you could do in that situation. They need a story. They're gonna make a story. That's what that is. It's sad, but then
because Kim was the consummate victim. She was eating that shit up. Like, why would that be the thing that you want out there about your children's father?
Unfortunately, this is Ye's fault because he knew what he would get himself into too.
Absolutely.
Hey, man, we can't be victims. We knew, You know I was crazy. No, I didn't, but now I know.
Well, she can't be a victim either because she chased that while she was married to a whole nother man and got divorced from him after 72 days. Like she was so in love one season, and before the next season started, it was she crying and she don't know. She doesn't. I mean, she fought her sister about this man. She was like, I just don't know. I just don't know. And he just now she the victim. But nobody sees the pattern. Just me. Okay, cool.
All right. I think we need a laugh. You need a laugh?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, let's laugh.
I've been laughing for 15 minutes straight. I'm going to show you a video and then I'm going to show you the comments.
Yeah, dude, I said I wanted a mullet, and this is what the barber gave me. I don't think this is a mullet.
Looks sick, my lord. Maybe they didn't hear you.
Hear ye.
How many shillings did you
Shillings.
Oh my god.
Specify which century you
Did you specify what century you want the money to come from?
It is the shillings for me.
Hear ye.
Yeah, maybe he didn't hear ye. That's creative.
Salute. Hey, this is white folks roasting. You gotta enjoy this one.
Mm-hmm.
Tomfoolery in front of canary in the bag. Canary. Knavery, not canary. Knavery.
Yeah.
You know the Muffin Man?
Oh my god.
Woo! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Okay.
John Jacob Gyllenheimer Schmidt. That is messed up. John Jacob Gyllenheimer Schmidt. I'm not gonna sing that song. No, I'm not. I refuse.
Yo, kids will be in there singing with yo. It's
John Jacob Schmidt. He gave you the one.
He gave you the 1-2 buckle my shoe special.
And to buckle my shoes.
Go to Rizzle's prayer immediately. Expeditiously. Do not stop and go. Do not collect your $200.
Go to the Renaissance Fair immediately. That is hilariously funny.
Renaissance Fair immediately. Got the little Debbie.
You got the little Debbie.
Did you go to the barber 4 years ago? It's honestly not that bad. It's substantially worse. And you just river dance.
You just river dance out there without saying a word is crazy.
Yeah, because, and I was gonna ask that question, like, what would make him get back in his car and leave with your hair looking like that? Like,
yeah, you want to give me a buzz.
You didn't get what you asked for. You possibly paid for these services, and this is what the hell they did.
Oh, hold on, I gotta do one more. Riverdance is crazy. That's crazy.
Right, Riverdance is a hot ass mess. She is cracking the hell up though.
She turned red and everything. Hell no,
yep.
Hold on, the bangs
she enjoyed that shit.
Read it. The bangs a little short, but other than that, I hate it.
I hate it. Yep.
The bangs are a little short, but other than that, I hate it.
What does your barber do for a living is insane.
Your barber do for a living? You had it to your shift in the lollipop.
Lollipop Guinness. Oh shit. Oh shit.
That's fucked up.
It's going to be.
It's going to be okay, cancel. Yeah, I'm going back and get buzz cut. Hey, go on buzz cut me, man. I'm done. Nah.
You okay, Hansel?
She dead on that one.
Like she is giggling her ass off.
All right. All right, let's see. I got, oh, hold up. All right. Got controversy going on. I don't know. Have you seen this? It's just dropped.
No.
Get on your feet,
What the hell is that supposed to be?
We're praying
I'm scared.
Oh no. I didn't know. Oh no. You know what that is, right?
No.
That's your boy Drewski. He's acting like Erica Kurt.
Oh hell.
That's right.
Okay.
Great that you're praying, but
How about all the kids that died when the USA hit the towers?
It broke my heart. That is the
He's dead ass wrong. I don't know how to. He's
he
dead ass wrong.
Is he though? Or is this just the definition of anybody can get it?
I appreciate it. It's like, goddamn, he got the mannerisms dead on right. Hold on, here we go. Why you do that? Oh shit. The makeup, goddamn, ooh, they did wrong.
It's fuck.
In what ways have you grown closer to Jesus?
I serve a righteous God. And that is why we say our prayers.
What's up with the pauses?
Okay, nah. What's up with the voice?
I don't know. It's like trans version of Erica Kurt. It's insane. Oh man, damn.
I wonder if Candace Owens is going to play this on her podcast.
You know she.
Because that would just be hilariously fucking funny for me.
And they all, man, everybody tripping right now, man. So I won't be surprised.
We are all his children.
Why she looking at the camera?
That's what she
When I say
does.
children, I mean like the holy blessed Trinity, which is why I hold the Bible.
club music. Oh, they said TP said they do the club music when she get what they doing?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Sweet cream foam chai ice matcha. And Bella will have all organic pop cup.
That's what, hey, have you ever been at a Starbucks and just hear some crazy ass orders they be doing?
Mm-hmm.
So I go in there and say, look, man, give me extra cold brew, nothing in it. Just give it. I need to go straight to where I need to go to. They be over there ordering. I'm like, God damn, you just got milk. What the fuck? That's what you got, milk and sugar. Oh no.
Listen, I just get me a mocha frappuccino and I'm good. Like I'm not fussy.
Yes, everything organic.
Oh, these white people about to tear you up pieces, honey.
4, 3, 2. Hold your chest lifted.
We have.
You said an old girl in the back trying not to laugh.
Not the Pilates class, which I need to go.
To protect all men in America.
Yeah.
Especially all white
He
men
looking straight
in
ahead.
America. Those are the boys that we care about in this country. America is built on their backs. Yes. Because they are the ones who mattered most.
On whose backs?
Get on.
Oh man. Drewski dead ass wrong.
Your security detail just put on that ass.
Oh man. I think I'm done. It's too much. It's too much. They showing black. You watch. Your kids don't watch Harry. Yeah, you don't let the kids watch Harry Potter, right?
Oh no.
All right. I'm not a big Harry Potter dude either, but like right now, that's like the big thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm done. You got anything?
Well, cool, because I wasn't playing.
What's up?
I'm staying up here long. I got other stuff to deal with, and yeah, I have other stuff to deal with. I'll probably tell you later.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, gotta handle some things.
All right.
Yeah, I gotta handle some things. So, but it's been fun. Thank you for having me up.
Appreciate it. And y'all know the deal. Like, share, subscribe, man. Hey, show some love. And that's all I got, man. Hey, y'all take care.